Alright guys, what's up? It's Zen. I know I have been away for a while. I know I have. And I'm just getting right directly into it. But I'm pretty sure the last video that I had made that I really got into was why is masculinity, demonized? And why is masculinity and submission demonized? And I explained that the reason why masculinity is demonized is because, well, that's God's energy. That's the energy that God resides in. That's the energy that men use, to impregnate women so they can birth out children. That is the energy that we use to strengthen our spiritual connection with God. That is the energy that God sends his command down, in which we are to receive it as men. We are supposed to be the spearhead of our household and relationships. And the reason why this is so important is because the reason why masculinity is so important and so feared by the world is because Satan can't enter and manipulate masculine energy. That's why. For those of you that don't know, Satan needs entry in order to come into your life. He needs, a gateway. You have to do something or grant him permission in order for him to enter in your life. You understand what I'm saying? So he can't just come in. And if a man is masculine, both spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically, guess what? Satan cannot come in because, one, he's already committed to Christ. That's one. And two, he's gonna pick up on the subtle ways that Satan's gonna try to use other things, other people, and other desires to try to come into the man's life. Okay, this is why masculinity is so feared by the world. This is where God resides at. So Satan's not going to come into a place where he knows God resides at. He's not going to come in. He's not going to do it because he can't overtake him. You understand what I'm saying? And the reason why submission is so demonized and so feared is because basically the woman is submitting herself to the man. And she's willingly doing this. She's willingly being led by the man who's being led by Christ and who's being led by God. Okay, these are the things that a woman understands when she submits. And she doesn't talk about it. She does it subconsciously. She willingly makes this decision in her mind. This is why if a woman comes into a man's life and she sees that he has chaos, she's not going to submit to chaos because it's not going to go anywhere. That's pretty much having the same feminine energy she has. Okay, a woman wants to feel, physically, emotionally, and mentally and spiritually that she's going into a refuge. And if a man has all these things down and he's a masculine man and he's deep rooted in Christ, both from in the spiritual aspect all the way to the mental state, then guess what? His actions is going to show that. She's going to see Christ through him, in which she's going to see God through him, and therefore she's going to willingly allow herself to submit to this man, because at the end of the day, God is running through this man. Okay, so she's going to follow him. She knows that he's not going to lead her wrong. She knows that she's not going to, she knows he's not going to have her in the driver's seat. He's not going to have her, try to take on the masculine energy, because to be honest with you, women can't do it. Women cannot take on masculine energy within themselves, and the reason why they can't is because it takes a toll on their body. It takes a toll on them. It takes a toll on them mentally, because one, women think by emotion. Okay, that's how they think. That's their genetic makeup. That's their biological code. So masculine energy makes you think logically. So she's constantly having a constant battle in her mind, because you have two different energies trying to dominate. Okay, feminine energy, that's the place where it resides. That's the woman. That's where it resides at. And then you have masculine energy trying to come in and dominate. So one, she's going to be constantly stressed out, because again, this is what masculine energy does. This is what happens when a woman tries to become masculine when she's in the driver's seat. You feel what I'm saying? So, and then spiritually, it's going to be a battle within herself, because she's going to try to use her feminine logic against masculine energy, and this is where God resides. Again, So it's going to be a constant back and forth. And as far as physically, it's going to make her age. It's going to make her body age faster. Masculine energy for a woman adds a lot of stress, and stress, it does not do good for the skin. It does not do good for the body at all. As a matter of fact, stress does more harm than good. So when a woman is masculine, yes, these are the prices she has to pay. But if a man is masculine in all aspects, she will not have to pay that price, because she's not taking on the energy that she's not supposed to. Her energy is feminine. It's going to submit to some masculine energy, because that's where God is. That feminine energy is going into the refuge, to where God resides. That's where he is, and that refuge is unbreakable. It's we, as humans, who decide whether we want to leave the refuge or not, or if we want to be led there or not, or if we want to go there by choice. Also, the reason why feminine energy, this is the reason why a woman cannot take on masculine energy, is because, one, feminine energy is naturally emotional. Also, this is what Satan used to manipulate the most. Feminine energy is emotional, and if you can manipulate a woman's emotions, you can basically get her to do what she wants, do what you want. So metaphorically speaking, when Satan enters, and manipulates a woman's emotions, she can do things that is not of God, and therefore a masculine energy will stop that immediately. You understand what I'm saying? So I wanted to make that part, I wanted to just cover that topic, because I know a lot of people were saying, they couldn't hear me in the last video. But another thing I wanted to talk about is, why is masculine energy knocked out of the church? The reason why masculine energy, or why men are pretty much leaving the church, is simply because, well, the church is no longer, it doesn't belong to God anymore. It doesn't. The regular church nowadays is that of profit. You have a lot of feminine energy in the church. There's more demons in the church than there are outside of the church. You understand what I'm saying? There's actually a lot more, there's pretty much, the church is a demonic occupation nowadays. I'm not saying all churches, but most churches are. A lot of churches have a hidden agenda, and that's where a lot of feminine energy resides. That's where a lot of back and forth with the bickering. You got the clique system. You have people going to commit an adultery and such. This is all this happens within the church, and the Bible warns against this. You can actually look this up. It even says, if a woman is trying to teach the Bible, then guess what? It's not her place to. It's not, because again, she's teaching from an emotional standpoint, where God is a logical and a spiritual standpoint, and everything that he says and everything that he teaches, the wisdom that he passes down, it shows. It's not just shown through, words on a piece of paper. It's shown through the ways of the world now. So I wanted to make sure I clarify that, because I'm not saying, female pastors are wrong. I'm not saying female pastors are wrong, but I'm saying it's not their place to try to lead men to Christ, when Christ can already get to the men through their energy alone. You feel what I'm saying? It's a lot more deeper than what a lot of people understand. Masculine energy, Christ can contact you directly, and it's not hard to find him within masculine energy, because he resides there. Even though, and I'm going to also tell you guys something else too. Masculine energy prevents a man from being overtaken by the world. If you have masculine energy and you have complete mastery over yourself, both physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, the world cannot overtake you, because you are deep rooted in God. All right, I want you guys to understand that. If a man kneels before God, he can stand against the world and not be lost within it. Okay, so I just wanted to make that video for all you guys. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you guys like the content, please share it with somebody else, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Just remember, you are in the world but not of the world. Peace.